What you doing there? Hello.
I am staring at the corner, man.
Well, I do believe we're live.
We're live.
Oh yeah.
This is going out to all our fan.
Well, they're going to enjoy this little conversation.
Yeah.
It seems like we're going to be talking about what is it? The scrimmage that happened
The
last week.
scrimmage game that happened this past Thursday.
Which Booneville versus Dardanelle.
Yes.
Now it used to be a halftime scrimmage, but it seems like they've gone full game scrimmage now.
According to
a non-reliable source.
Well, there you go, I guess.
I guess you'd call their manager now.
Is he a manager?
And what he told me.
Oh, he's the manager at the 7-Eleven? Oh, that's nice. That's cool. Hope he's doing really well working with Ahmed. Ahmed, by the way, man, if you're watching this video, dude, you make great Slurpees, bro. You are awesome.
So let's see. We talked about the scrimmage, and I wind up contacting somebody I knew, and I get the score. I said, well, okay, what's happening? He said, well, they quit by halftime because of rain. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't scrimmage used to go just halftime? Well, now I guess they go full time. So then the score ends out, Dardanelle being 7, Booneville 0. So, I mean, although a lot of people are probably going to claim this don't count, I see it as, hey, they still lost. But is the storm a good excuse to try to say it wasn't fair or whatever, you're probably going to hear?
Well, I mean, the thing is, they had to have known that there was going to be a storm on Thursday, but they went and played the game anyway. They could have postponed it till Friday or Saturday.
Well, see, I know they always did scrimmage on Friday too, but I guess they've switched it to Thursday. So
yeah.
Well, either way,
it's kind of funny. That,
it's senior high.
It's kind of funny that they're playing a game. Dardanelle's ahead 7-0, and God steps in and goes, "That's enough."
I wanted Dardanelle to win. Bye. I don't think the juniors or the 7th graders get scrimmage, so this is all senior high thing.
Yeah.
I really don't do reviews on the smaller leagues because, well, they're small. We do the senior high because they're the ones doing all the bragging about how good they are.
Yeah.
So now here's where we're gonna get to the point. They lost the game, scrimmage game 7-0.
We weren't there.
That's the day. I'm mistaken. They lost the game 7-0.
I didn't think we played in the game. That's probably why the Bearcats lost, because I feel like this. Here.
I got my linebacker here, and he wasn't there playing, and I'm the running back. We should have won. I could have done all that.
We just kicked.
Does this screw up their shot for state? They won state last year. Does this screw up the shot for state? Does this say they're going to have a bad year?
I seriously doubt they're going to do back-to-back state.
So we're seeing no state championship. They're going
I don't think scrimmage counts against it, whether they do or not.
But it tells me that the team's not looking good. If they went out there and they're playing Dardanelle, normally even halftime, Booneville would usually got ahead of them. At least the past games I've seen, where they get out there in the first half and Booneville would be up already 21 and Dardanelle 0 or 7. You know what I mean? I've seen them do some amazing things, in the first half. So, I mean, it looks right now where it don't count because Dardanelle ain't even in the conference anyway.
But if Ricky said that they were at almost at halftime and Dardanelle was leading 7-0, that really doesn't look good for Booneville.
Looks like the players suck. But we'll find out come Friday, even though they're playing still a non-conference game, it won't really count as far as their conference.
But they still count on their record.
Yeah, still count on the record. But Clarksville and Ozark are both 4A. So it won't hurt them there. When they start their first conference game, that's when it matters.
Go Ozark!
I think they have, 2 or 3 non-conference games?
I think so.
I know 2 of them. It's Clarksville and Ozark, but I don't know if the next team they play is considered conference or if it's still non-conference.
Yeah. We're going to get a lot of hate from people in Booneville.
I'm looking at this is what I think their season's going to be.
That's why I'm going to move to Greenwood.
That's a good team. I think Booneville's going to come out with a 2-8 record.
I'm going to 2-8. And you watch, they'll probably still wind up in the playoffs somehow.
I think they're going to wind up with 2 wins and 8 losses. I could be wrong, but it's not looking good.
I think it's going to be sort of like what it was a few years ago. I think it's going to be 4-6.
That's possible. And it could surprise us and turn around and win some big games. I mean, personally, they'll get past Clarksville. I'm not sure they'll get past Ozark this year.
Yeah, because Ozark did pretty good last year.
Well, they won their conference championship at least. I mean, they did lose to Booneville, but they still won their conference.
Yeah.
It's a question of what's going to happen when they come here, because now they're coming to Booneville this year. And are they going to spank them like they did a few years ago? And that was not only in the regular season, but I think they spanked them in the playoffs too.
I still cannot get over that time that that Ozark comes to Booneville and they have that big banner that says Ozark is praying for Booneville. And
That's what I'm talking about. Because I think that was the same year they slaughtered them in the playoffs, too.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think Ozark's going to come down here and give them a good spanking. I could be wrong, but I think so.
And if you're into that kind of thing, you can probably find that on any of those kind of websites.
So, before we go, what's your final thoughts on it?
Well, definitely not football players spanking each other, I can tell you that much.
On the season, on players, what's your final thoughts?
Again, if Dardanelle led Booneville at almost halftime before the Storm started 7-0, it's not looking good for Booneville. Although there have been times last year that, the other team would lead Booneville by a little bit and then Booneville would make a comeback. But if this is how the season's starting for them, they're not going to go into this.
I think Booneville's going to play about as good as, the Browns used to. I don't see
Let's not talk
very
about
many
Browns.
victories.
Let's not talk about the Crayola team.
I still give one or two wins because they've lost 16 of their best players. Graduated.
They were 20 years old. They had to graduate eventually.
Some of them were 21. They didn't know you could keep players that long.
And they're going to move on and get great jobs working as
Which, by the way, I still think we got to make a retraction just while I'm on this thing about this video I did on a certain teacher I thought was dead. Real sorry, guys. We thought he was. We were told by a confidant of Booneville here. Obviously, we'll learn not to listen to them anymore.
Yeah. A guy named
So,
Mr.
if
George.
Mr. George, if you got offended, we're sorry. We thought you were dead.
That's what we were told. Everybody, because I swear one time I went to the game and somebody said, we're having a moment of silence for Mr. George.
No, what sounds Mr. George? What did he die? What happened? And then somebody tells me he's still alive, he's still up and kicking. It's like, so we're sorry. We shouldn't have made that video.
George, don't
Our apologies.
Don't come here and slap us silly.
It's the thought that counts. You care.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody liked him. You still do. I mean the guy's
yeah.
he's still their greatest supporter, greatest fan, and maybe that's why they may also have a hard time this season because he ain't making games right now, working on his farm, so he ain't got the biggest supporter. It's probably going to be a quiet stadium this year.
Well, minus that one guy who's always yelling at the coach and the players and
okay, let's not talk about that goofball.
Or that moron who every time the band starts playing, he'll run down to the very end of the
Sean,
stands.
quit talking about yourself.
And
hey, we don't.
No, I'm being
this
serious.
guy legit goes down there by the band and starts trying to get he's helping them.
He will. He will run down to the end of the stands, and when they start going, he'll start waving his arms like.
He thinks he's the new Mr. George, and he's really a goofball. So, final thoughts with me is that Booneville is not looking good this year. I just don't see it happening. So that's it for me. Be out, of course. Don't forget to subscribe, Doc, and me. And we'll see you next time. Peace.
If you want to find my channel, it's somewhere on his channel's list. I'm probably listed under Boogie2988.
Don't actually look that up.
Or you could find me under WrestleMania, or under.
Just go to Doc the Metal Freak. That's where you'll find him.
Or under Amarillo Sucks.
Hey, that's cold.
I'm sorry, Cleveland Browns suck. Because I swear to God, they beat my Bears.
The Panthers.
Panthers
suck.
already ain't looking good. Well, I'm waiting to see what happens when they play the Steelers. In preseason, if they win, which your daddy gonna get mad, but I'm gonna give hell over that. Like, my Panthers kicked your team's ass.
He's still predicting it's going to be the Browns and the Panthers in the Super Bowl, and I'm like...
Either them or the Cowboys. I think it's possible that the Cowboys-Browns will battle. Hey,
I think the cheaters are going to be back in the Super Bowl.
You talking about the Patriots?
Yeah.
No way. I tell you, they're actually ranking the Cleveland Browns to probably make the Super Bowl this year. It's something they've never done. If they make it, I wouldn't be a bit surprised. They either battle the Panthers or the Cowboys, and I think they might win. Maybe both games. I think they beat maybe even the Panthers because obviously Cam Newton's a choke artist. Quarterback is nothing but choke, and the Cowboys sure as hell ain't going to beat them in the Super Bowl. They can't really win. So, but I look forward to seeing if the Browns make it.
If there's any Cowboys fans out there who might be insulted by this, remember these are all his opinions, and he's a complete moron.
I'm going home to a bunch of them. My mom, my brothers. Ooh. They're all a bunch of Cowboy fans. So
Just step over here.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace out.